What is good, everyone? I have returned. It's been a minute. I'm in a new location for you. I'm at my apartment. I have these lights up. I thought they were gonna look a little cooler. They don't. So today, I'm back. And it's been a minute as I was planning on doing a review for the new Beyonce album that came out back in July. And I never got around to it. Except I did, but the video just did not film, and I had to keep the integrity of the channel by doing only one take reviews. Except I just lied, because I already tried filming this review earlier and my throat was malfunctioning, so I forgot how to speak. But don't worry about that, because this review is important. The Beyonce album was going to be too good to do a video on. So I, of course, opted for this new Brendon Urie album for you. Panic at the Disco, if you will. I would like to shout out Veronica Kelly for making me waste 44 minutes of my life. Shout out Old Navy. So basically, I get a text from Veronica Kelly. They want me to review the new Panic at the Disco Brendon Urie album. And I was like, do you want me to waste 44 minutes of my life for me? And so I did that. And now I can say that I have listened to every Panic at the Disco album ever because, I've been on a bit of a musical journey. And 4 years ago, this is all I listened to, Brendon Urie. And I loved it. And, no. So here we are today. I never saw myself sitting down and listening to this album because I knew, we'll get into it. But basically, one day I was sitting in gym class, senior year of high school, and I see on my phone Panic at the Disco song. And I looked at the album cover and I was like, that is such a great album cover of Brendon Urie wearing a tank top. So I had to listen to it, and I just heard the do 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 that. No, yeah, I just turned that shit off. But then I sat down, as I do every Sunday night, Monday morning, and watched the Anthony Fantano weekly track roundup, and he pointed out how catchy this song was. Not that he liked it that much, but he said it was catchy. And so I went back and I was like, he's not wrong. It's a very catchy chorus. He's like, shut up and go to bed. Sorry, I was singing. But anyway, so don't worry guys, Brendon Urie is back, and I know you all thought that rock music was dead, but do not worry, because For You, Brendon Urie has brought the genre back for this one time so that he could put out this album and remind you what it was like when rock music was real and good. But the title track starts us off, the one that I was speaking about, and honestly, this song has actually grown on me a lot. It has that very basic guitar melody, but the chorus is so catchy, and it's actually, surprisingly, even in 2022 Brendon Urie song, a fairly enjoyable listen. I might actually even come back to this song, and it actually washes the... We'll get into this. So after that, we get into middle of a breakup, and this one kind of just sounds like a Cheap Trick song, specifically the one Surrender. And it's just this basic makeup song, makeup sex song, in fact, about makeup sex in the middle of a breakup. so that's this song. You get to hear Brendon Urie sing about that, and you know, it kind of just has the same vibe as the last one, except you know, it's just suckier. And then we get into "Don't Let the Lights Go Out," um, which they kind of have. Sorry, Brendon Urie, for you. They're not very bright, but this one is trying way too hard to be on the soundtrack of the 2000s coming of age movie. Um, it's just a bit melodramatic and basic sounding. Sorry, I don't know if I showed you. Don't worry, guys. I got my notes here again. Um, but so then we go into Local God, which again kind of just sounds like a worse version of the first song again, except this time it kind of just sounds like the song My Hero by the Foo Fighters, which is a banger, by the way. But you know, Brendon kind of just sounds a bit corny here as he is trying to diss his former band members, including Ryan Ross, which, you know, if you're a Panic at the Disco fan, you love Ryan Ross. When I was a Panic at the Disco fan, so then we go into the song Star Spangled Banner. What a song we have here. You know, I was listening to this album and I was like, cause I had seen people, you know, negatively speaking about this album, because of course everyone knew this album was gonna be shit, and I even watched the Brad Taste in Music video about this album just a little bit, but I didn't watch the whole video because I didn't really care about this album all that much until my good friend Veronica Kelly told me to review it. Anyway, God, this song straight fucking sucks. Like, I didn't think it was that bad up until this point, and then this song, but the theater kids would eat this shit up. So, and since I am a theater kid, I love this album. That was a joke. Now we have God Killed Rock and Roll. This song is a Queen ripoff. Why would I listen to this when Bohemian Rhapsody exists? You are crazy. And then we have Say It Louder, which is another basic song. I have the word basic written in my notes probably a good like 7 times, because everything here is kind of basic, and I hate to call it that, because I don't mind a basic sounding song. I even like the first song, but like everything here is just kind of samey, and we'll get into that even more as the time goes on. But for this song, I just can't tell if he's going for more of a Disney sound or a Nickelodeon sound. That's the question here. And then we have Sugar Soaker. I kind of feel like I've heard this one before. This song, it sounds familiar. You know, maybe it might be trying to rip off some 70s song or something. You know, the chorus is kind of catchy here. I wrote that down. I don't actually remember what the chorus sounds like, so I guess it wasn't that catchy. But, you know, I can't really bring myself to care about whatever the fuck this song is talking about. What is a sugar soaker? I don't know. I wasn't really listening because I didn't care. What is this? And then we have Something About Maggie. Who is Maggie? I don't know, but the Queen influence on this album is becoming a bit tiring at this point. And yeah, Brendon said something about, like, you know, slitting wrists. What I just said? Slitting wrists. Sorry, I said that a little weirdly. And this one right here, this is kind of where I realized Brendon really thought that he was doing something with this album. Like, it just sounds like, you know, uh, I can't even, he just really thought he was doing something here, and he's not. I mean, Brendon really is really doing something here. Anyway, then we go into the sad clown. And at this point in my notes, I started running out of things to say, so I wrote down running out of things to say. You know, maybe this one has, sorry, I felt like I was gonna burp there and I forgot to. Maybe there's a bit more Billy Joel influence on this song than Queen. There we go. But this one left me wondering, who is Vincero? And then we have the song All By Yourself. And you know, at this point in the album, I remember hearing Brendon Urie say, "Sweet little kitten." I did not enjoy hearing that from Brendon Urie. And also, why would I listen to this song when I could listen to the song All By Myself by whoever wrote that song? And then we have the outro here. And you know, at this point, I had kind of given up on this album, but this one kind of brought it back a little. Not that it was ever good. I mean, the first one was pretty decent, yeah. But, you know, this one isn't terrible, the Do It to Death. You know, the chorus is a bit catchy, and I do like the bit of a breakdown that happens in the middle of the song. But, you know, at the end of the day, this one's kind of just a Journey ripoff. And Brendon did a bit too much trying to bring it all back to Viva Las Vengeance, the song at the very end of this. It kind of drags on a little bit. And then the album ends, and my 44 minutes are gone. So that was the album. You know, everything here kind of just felt a bit samey, kind of trying to build off the hype of that first song, never getting back there, ripping off him and her and Queen. I don't fucking know. I'm kind of numb at the end of the day by this album. Not as numb as I was with Drake's album. Somehow this is better than that by a small margin. But I'm still feeling a light 3. Light to decent 3 on this one. What an album. You know, I didn't need to listen to this. This is exactly what I knew was going to happen. But when I saw all the reviews saying, oh, the influence is so clear on here, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. And, you know, not that, you don't have to make music that is, like, so unique. Because the first song on here isn't really unique at all. But there's at least kind of a punch to it. And there's a punch on the rest of the album, but it's not as punchy as the first song. And it doesn't, the rest of the songs suck. And the last one's, like, kind of, like, mid at best. But I'm at a loss for words. Yeah, you know, at least it's better than the Drake album, where I was kind of just at a loss for words in general. You know, at least I had some cohesive thoughts here going on, and I was able to critique this album. But yeah, best album cover of the year, definitely. I love looking at, like, what is it, like, sweaty Brendon Urie with and then tank top and the weird. This was an album. This is definitely an album of all time. Definitely, like, happened